All right, it says we're live. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Are you typing anything in the chat there, Patriot?
No, I'm still trying to find the buttons on this thing.
So I need somebody to type in the chat and see if it's working.
My camera's not on, is it?
No. Nobody's coming in the chat. It says we're live. What's it showing on? It says there's 9, 10 people, but I don't see anybody in chat. Who just came in? Jason Stewart.
Good evening, Rick. Get her working, huh?
Type in the. Can you type in the chat to see if it's working?
Yeah, it's just not. It's coming up as an error.
I don't know why it's not working. Everything here says chat is available. It's enabled, not enabled. Enabled, which means it's ready. It's working. So I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
I'm at this point now. This is about the 4th time I started this. I'm about ready to say fuck it tonight.
must be a YouTube error.
It's got to be. You know, I'm about ready to say screw it and just talk to you guys for a few minutes. You know, so
you're doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I don't know what's happened to it says I'm live, but it says the chat's working, but the chat's not working. But am I actual live?
Yeah.
Can you guys see me?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're live.
I can hear you.
Okay, but we can't get the chat to work, right? So.
Yep, but there's people out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, for some unknown reason, the chat will not work. Why? I don't know. I've gone into the settings on YouTube, and it says the check mark is checked to give live chat. So why it's not working, I do not know. It's got to be a YouTube thing. It ain't Rick's life as I see it. So I do apologize. You know.
So if you have a question, just make sure you send it to rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com.
Well, yeah, I got Sabrina said live chat's not working. I know that. Stu broken. I know that, David. Thank you. Yeah, he's telling me, what's that? Jerry Parker says, try it again. I did. So why it's not working, I have no idea, gentlemen. According to this, YouTube says I'm live. I'm live, and hang on, under live chat, the chat mark is enabled live chat. So let me disable it and see what happens.
I went to just some random live show and typed in, and it let me type in their chat.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, man.
You know?
But you're still on the same original link because I just popped back in on it. I didn't get a new one.
Yeah, well, it's the same link. It's been the same
Okay.
link for 2 years.
I'm just pointing it out. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But
it's been the same link for 2 years now.
okay.
I just call it from my phone. So
yeah. So I just disabled the chat. Now I enabled it again. So I'm sorry, people. YouTube and me don't want to work together, I'm afraid. So you're just stuck with me listening, and I do apologize. You can try sending me emails, and I can look that way because the chat definitely ain't working. You know? So I do apologize. I mean, this YouTube is pissing me off like PSA. You know?
We can be like those other gun channels. Ignore the chat the whole time.
Huh.
What? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, gentlemen, I got there from operation at 5:45 last Thursday morning. Got in, no problem. Somebody's echoing back on me. The operation went fine. The surgeon came out after about 90 minutes and told my cousin that everything went well. He said when I don't know if they go in with their hand and grab it or they grab it with a instrument of some sort. But he said when they went in and after they went in to grab the actual ball and socket joint out of my hip, as they're pulling it out, it broke into pieces. So they had to pick all the pieces out of my flesh to make sure they didn't leave any in there. And he was amazed I was still walking. That's what he told my cousin.
Right.
He must use vice grips.
You know.
Let me stop you for just for a second. We all love you. We all missed you deeply. We all think that this is the coolest place to hang out on the internet. So we're glad you're fine. The hips hurt. We want to hear the good stuff. Let's get to the sponge bath by the nurse.
Ah.
We don't care how bad your hip was. We just
I second that.
Well, as it happens, because they weren't allowing any visitors in the hospital at all. You know, when they finally got me out walking, because they told me to bring some loose-fitting shorts or something to wear, you know, because we don't want your ass showing as you're walking down the hall, you know. But they said, don't. I said it to them. They said, don't worry about it. There ain't nobody here but us nurses anyway. So I'm walking up and down the hall with my ass flowing. They wanted me to. I said, when I woke up, I said, I got to go to the bathroom. Well, we can't let you out of the bed. This is all. I'm getting to the part. We can't let you out of the bed until the therapist says you can walk. So I'm backing up a little bit here. I said, but I got to go pee. So they hand me one of them goddamn bottle things. You've got mail. So I use it. Another hour and a half goes by, and the therapist still hasn't come in. And I said, I got to go pee again. And they gave me the thing again. And the nurse is standing there, and I'm looking at her, and I missed the bottle. I pissed all over the bed and all over my gown I was wearing.
That is fantastic.
So I said, I said, I got to change, and you got to change the bed. And they said, oh, God. Well, they didn't say, oh, God. They said, yeah, no problem. We can do that. But we're gonna have to roll you over because you're not allowed out of bed until the therapist comes. I said, well, go find her for Christ's sakes. Well, anyway, as this was all going on, the therapist finally showed up. All right. And hang on, I was trying to work on something here and it wasn't letting me. Okay, there we go. All right. So the therapist says, all right, you can get out of bed and we go walk down the hall. I said, well, I'm sopping wet. Well, the nurse came back with a new gown and with some, those, like baby wipes, sterilized ones or whatever. She goes, "Here you go. Wipe yourself down." I said, "Aren't you going to do it?" She just laughed at me. She goes, "No." So I'm wiping myself down. But anyway, I take the gown off. I'm sort of, my ass is on the bed. I got both legs on the floor. My junk hanging out. I'm totally naked. They give me a gown. They put it on me, because it ties up at the back. They tied it around my neck and around my waist. They said, "Let's go." So I'm walking down the hall, and my ass is showing everywhere. Anyway, later on that night, I said, "I got to go to the bathroom." And again, because they're feeding me a lot of fluids. And where am I at? I lost my place there. I said, "I got to go again." And they go, "Okay, we can't let you go by yourself. We got to go in there with you." I said, "What? Go to the bathroom?" They said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." So I went in the bathroom, and I'm standing there, and I'm going, and they're standing right next to me because I'm hooked up to an IV. That's why they got to go with me. So I'm standing there, and she's talking to me as I'm trying to pee, not a care in the world. Then, where I'm getting to this is, goes by, we're getting to it now, Kingpin. Friday, I'm waiting to be discharged. And they finally,
I bet you are.
Friday, they're allowing visitors, one person. So my cousin was coming to pick me up anyway. So I texted her and said, "They're allowing you to visit. So you can come on up." She goes, "Okay." So she came up in the room, and we're waiting for the doctor to sign the paperwork to let me go. The nurse comes back in. She says, "You want to get dressed?" I said, "Yes, please." So she goes, "Okay." She says, "Give me the gown." I said, "Well, I don't have no clothes yet." She says, "I'm getting them for you. Take the gown off." So I took the gown off. I'm sort of like I was at the beginning with my legs on the floor, my ass on the bed, and I'm sitting there naked. And she starts chatting to me about, my accent. Where am I from and all this? So I'm giving her a history lesson. I'm totally nude there, And then my cousin walks in the room. She's a female. So I cover myself up real quick, and the nurse starts laughing, and I start to get dressed, right? Then I I had to go to the bathroom yet again because of all the fluids they're giving me. They let me go by myself, and and as I came back, the nurse stepped out for a minute, and my cousin goes, "God damn, that nurse has got the hots for you." She says, she's been asking me all kinds of questions about you and everything else. And she goes, "Did you notice she's eyeing you up and down and looking at everything?" She goes, I said, "God damn it. There's it doesn't happen to me that often. I was totally oblivious to it.
Yeah, I think it probably happens.
You gotta go back for another surgery, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
It probably happens to you constantly. That's why you don't notice it.
Maybe. But what I'm saying is, I'm standing there and sitting there practically. I'm sitting there butt naked, and the nurse is talking to me and asking me all kinds of questions, and all I want to do is get dressed. And she's in no rush to give me my clothes. And I thought, damn, when I got home, I thought, damn, I missed a golden opportunity there.
Well, she was probably
your cousin walked in.
She was probably taking the opportunity to finally get something good to look at. She's got to look at a bunch of patients that aren't as manly. So when she finally got somebody with a little something going on, she was like, "All right, I'm going to enjoy this."
No, yeah, could be. Let's see.
Was surgery a success?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Did you give her a little? Do a little dance?
What?
Can you give us a little dance? Can you stand up?
I can stand up and stuff, yeah, but I can't dance. But anyway, they've got these. I'm wearing these instead of surgical socks. They've got me wearing these sort of like, what do you call them? They're pads that inflate and they're like blood pressure thing, inflates, deflates every couple
For
of minutes.
circulation.
Yeah. Instead of wearing,
yeah.
they got me wearing these things.
Compression socks.
Yeah. Well, instead of compression socks, I'm wearing these pads that do the blood circulation for me. So I'm wearing those. Then also on the actual incision itself, they've got this bandage on there that has a tube running in it, and you got this thing hanging around my neck. And what it's doing is any seepage, it's sucking it off the. And I meant to wear it for a week.
It's a pump.
Pulling the drainage out.
Yeah,
so that's actually good because you're gonna have pus and not to get too graphic. You're gonna have stuff coming out.
Okay. Anyway, well, yesterday afternoon, I'm laying there I was taking a nap on the bed. My cat jumps up on my hip. Oh man, I nearly hit the roof. Right? Because he landed right on it with his big ass paw. But as soon as I yelled and screamed and moved, he jumped off. But the alarm went off on the damn thing. It's got an alarm. And the alarm's going off, so I search around to find the booklet that came with the damn thing. And I looked at the picture on the thing. Got an air leak. I said, Jesus. So I didn't know what to do. I looked. It says... So I called the surgeon up, spoke to his nurse, and told him what happened. She says, try to tape it back up. I said, with what? She said, anything. She says, she said, use duct tape if you got to. Just try to go around the outside and seal it back up. So I'm trying to do that. But I'd done it, sealed it all the way around, stew going off. And I put a bit of duct tape across the top of the hose where it goes inside the bandage, and it stopped the leak a little bit. So it was actually where it goes in was damaged. I tried to tape it up. I couldn't do it. So I said, what do I do now? I called them back. I said, this is the problem. What do I do now? They said, take it off, take the bandage off, and just put a regular gauze bandage on it for now. And send us a picture of how it looks. And we'll tell you whether you need to, go to the doctors, come up here, go to the emergency room or whatever. I said, okay. So here you go. I'm going to show it to you guys. This is, my cousin took this picture after she took the bandage off. Hit the share button. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's a bunch of, is that stitches of staples?
Those look like staples.
Staples. You might have both. There might be internal stitches and then staples on the exterior, but that actually looks pretty clean. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty clean.
Yeah. So that's what they did to me. That's where they cut me.
Yeah, you probably got 2 levels of stitches underneath and then staples on top.
Yeah. So I sent those pictures to the nurse. And she said, no, you're looking good. She said, keep it dry if you take a shower best you can. She said, you're coming up here next Friday anyway for your, pre-op chat. So she said, we're taking another look at it then. So I said, fine. I said, what happens if it comes off in between? She said, just put another one on. She said, if it gets infected, then go somewhere to get it taken care of. But I'm on some strong antibiotics anyway. So
that tube just kind of is just in between the bandage and your skin. It's not like inserted. It just lays there
it just lays there.
Yeah. All right. I've never seen those.
The bandage is airtight, so it just sucks up everything seeping out of the hole.
Okay, I get you.
Along the whole stitch line.
So how much walking around have you done? Like, obviously you've got surgery soreness, but do you feel better? Like, do you know?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, the hip feels great, and all the arthritis is gone from it.
Now, how about your back? Have you noticed any better?
Yes, my back still hurts, but it's a lot better. I can stand up for longer periods of time as well.
Your back should get better because if your back has got like a memory to it, and since it's hurt for 5 years, we're just making up numbers. It's going to take a couple weeks, maybe a month or two before that soreness goes away and you get back to normal.
Yes, yeah, but he did say he took X-rays of my other hip and my back while I was under, and he says your other hip's doing good. There's no complications with that one either. He said with this new one, he said there's no reason why you can't eventually walk without any problems. But he did say your stenosis is severe. I said I know that. He goes, yeah. He goes, it is. He said you might want to get that looked at, for operational purposes. I said, yeah. I said I'll think about it.
I'll keep a really good eye on that, Rick, because now that other bandage is removed and vent or drains removed, in a sense, if it does actually dry up and seal and isn't allowed to drain, it might become an issue. So, yes. If you start to get puffiness around the edges or anything like that, things like that, I could tell you what I do, but I would just say call your doctor or something, because you don't want it to build up to be something severe where they actually have to open it back up. So, like, either way, they're going to drain it, but if you get it earlier, it's better than later.
Absolutely.
And make sure you don't pull out that drain by mistake.
The drain's already gone.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah, it was like external. So
it was an external drain. It wasn't an internal.
Rob, why is it always got to be the worst case scenario, man?
Hey,
it's
man, that's my life.
It's like, hey, man, hip feels great. Well, you better watch out for infection.
Well,
I hope your insurance company don't screw you and not pay for it.
Overnight sometimes. So just keep a good eye out, because you wake up and find a big pus spot blowing out on the side of your hip. So that's actually a good thing if that does happen, but it's bad that it's holding. So that's all I'm saying. Just keep an eye on it, because I've seen some nasty things.
I agree with you, Jason.
Yeah,
you could buy a $10,000 handmade 1911, right? But you better be careful, because they've had one recall in the last 30 years.
I got to come to Rob's defense on this one, because I was going to say the same thing. There's very few things that you have to do exactly what you're told. Dealing with that, I think it's best to do exactly what the doctors tell you to do.
And that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to take he's given me antibiotics for 14 days, and I haven't missed one yet. Which should help. And I'm keeping the bandage clean and dry. I'm going to try. I took a shower this morning before the other one came off, but when I take another shower, I got some what do you call it? Like cling film. I'm going to wrap across the bandage to help. It's not going to waterproof it, but it should keep a lot of the water off. Plus, being on my right side, the way my bathtub is, my right leg is on the very edge of the bathtub. So it's not getting a direct hit from the shower either. So,
is this going to change your sleeping pattern? Like, do you sleep on your back now, or your right or your left?
I've been sleeping on my left hip. Right.
That's the one you just had the surgery on, right?
No, I had the surgery on the right hip.
Okay, all right.
I've been sleeping on my left hip, and with pillows between my legs, and I can't cross my legs. I'm gonna try, since I don't have that. See, that bandage that was on there with the tube in it had a big long tube and this thing hanging around my neck, like a big albatross. And I would take that off and put it on the side of me. But if I rolled over, I would sort of roll over onto the tube. And the alarm would sound off because it's trying to suck stuff out and it can't get, can't work. So now that's gone. I'm going to try. I might try sleeping on my back tonight. I normally don't sleep on my back that much, but I'm going to try just to have a different position. At least start out that way anyway. And I can get in and out. I can get my leg in and out of bed. The first night, my cousin had to, when I got in bed and I was going to lay down, I couldn't get my leg out on the bed. So she had to help me lift my leg into the bed, but now I can do it all by myself and no problem. It's getting easier. The soreness is going away. What I'm waiting for now is physical therapy. What a joke that is. Because I spoke to my doctor. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. I spoke to my doctor. I got home Friday. I've been doing the exercises that they told me to do when I got home, which I am following. Got hold of my doctor Monday morning like I was told to. He said, yeah, no problem. He said, I'll get that taken care of today. He said, they'll call you directly. I said, okay. I had no phone call Monday. I had no phone call yesterday. When I called him up today, I said, well, where's that company he used, they won't take your insurance. I said, I'm on Medicare. It's not the Medicare part. I don't know if it's like this all over the country, but I have United Healthcare, Medicare. And United Healthcare around here it's slow in paying. So a lot of these places don't want to take it because they don't, they want their money, and United Healthcare is dragging their ass paying them. That's what I think's happening. Anyway, so they're trying to find me another one now, and I still haven't heard. I said to him today, I said, I hope you get something by tomorrow. I said, because, by the time you get it all set up, I ain't going to be needing it. But I'm getting up, I'm walking. I get up out of my chair, and I walk around, the kitchen and the living room, go into the bathroom, to the bedroom, do my exercises, lay on the bed, do my exercise. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to go chase Bigfoot.
There you go.
So I've actually now my I forgot what it was like to have family around, because I haven't had family around for over 20 years. Friday my cousin stayed, and she didn't sleep over here. She stayed up all night tidying up my house. They already done it the other day, but she wanted to do more. I think she slept for about an hour in the recliner. But every time I moved or made a sound, she was in there. You okay? You all right? Everything all right? I said, yeah. I said, damn. I said, this is worse than the hospital. The hospital woke me up. What was it? Thursday night. I finally got to bed
every hour.
They woke me up nearly every hour and a half, either to give me medication or they were drawing blood at 1:30 in the morning.
Then they like to tell you, get some rest now.
Yes. Yeah. So they drew the blood. They said, get some rest now. So I start dozing off again. Another hour and a half. You got your pain medication here. So I take that, Then even the actual surgeon who actually done the surgery wakes me up at 6 a.m. Friday morning to tell me all about the surgery. How it went and everything else. And what he did say, he said, we didn't have a problem. Everything went all right. But he said, I want to let you know that you're about the second guy your size that I've ever worked on. And I thought, I'm glad you didn't tell me that in the beginning. But he said it wasn't a problem. But he said it was a challenge. But he said, at least we know we can do it now. Big guy comes in.
Great.
So the first guy just made him go, maybe we did this right. We need one more to really know for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Look, you got to look at the bright side of things, Rick. If your family comes around, now you've got two good hips to walk away on, and you've got an excuse. You could be like, oh, look at the time. I've got to do my daily exercises. I'll be back in 3 hours.
You got a good point. Where I was going with this is, well, she stayed. So we got home Friday just after lunch. She was here all day Friday. She spent most of all Saturday here. Then late Saturday afternoon, my other cousin showed up with a bunch of food. And then my first cousin left. Then my second cousin stayed for a few hours. She finally left around 9 o'clock Saturday night. And I tell you, I went to bed. I was so goddamn wore out. Well, of course. So she went home. Sunday, another cousin calls me and asks me what I'm doing. I said, I just got out of bed. I said, I just got dressed and I'm sitting in my recliner, just about ready to watch YouTube. To be honest with you, if you want to know, I got a lot of shows to catch up on, And no problem. She said, what do you want to eat? I said, what you got? She said, well, I ain't cooking it. So I had a choice of fast foods. So I said, just give me a burger and a milkshake. So time she got here at lunchtime, that's what I had. So she spent a few hours here. She, vacuumed the floor and all that kind of stuff and tidied up some more. And I was like, damn, please, can't somebody just leave me alone?
No, Rick, that burger had lettuce and tomato on it, right?
What?
I said that burger had lettuce and tomato on it, right?
And onion, yes. No
just that way we can make sure that you got your salad raw.
You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love. That looks good. You're gonna love this one, right? So that was another one. So today, my cousin came around again, and yesterday they came around. I've had one here every day. Today is Wednesday. The cousin who spent the night on Friday came back today. She was the one who changed the bandage. Because she used to be, she used to do that, a CMA or whatever they're called. So she knows a little bit about that nursing shit. Not a lot, but she knows a little bit. So I let her do that. Plus, she helped, with her father when her father was dying. She had to do all that. When my uncle was dying, she took care of him, changing all his bandages and stuff. So I was pretty okay with her. Well, she came. Then my aunt came. Then my other cousin came. So I got to start
charging admission.
Right, I got 3 women here. They're all talking, and I'm so unused to having this so much attention from family. It's weird. It's freaking me out, to be honest with you. They all finally, I said, I'm doing my show tonight. So I said, you guys can stay, but you got to be quiet in the background, Now they said, we're all leaving, so they all left. I thought, great. So I got in here, sat down in my chair, ready to get everything started, set up here. My doorbell rings. So I went, oh, fuck. So I get out of the chair, walk to the door, open it up, and it's my other cousin. He goes, how you doing, buddy? I said, all right. And he walks in with a big box of food. Apples, oranges, potatoes, milk, bread, all the essentials, 10 5-pound bag of frozen meatballs. So you brought that over, and he left about 6:30 tonight. Oh, the story I forgot to tell you. When the other 3 ladies were here, the 3 cousins were here, they were trying to fix me lunch. Right? And she's over there with the pots and pans, making a bunch of racket. And I hear her open a box. And I glance over there. I said, what are you cooking? You're going to love this, Rob. You're going to love this. She goes,
I'm waiting for it.
She goes, mac and cheese.
Here we go.
I said, I said, I don't want to be rude and because you've been always very helpful, but I said, I don't eat mac and cheese. She goes, do what? I said, I don't eat mac and cheese unless there's nothing else left in the world. I don't eat it. Well, that upset her. She goes, well, be like that then. And she goes, she made me a tuna fish sandwich and slammed it down in front of me. You know, I said I don't eat mac and cheese. You know what her words were? You're un-American.
I like her.
I said I heard that somewhere before.
That's funny. Yeah, that little late cover show I mentioned something about feeding you mac and cheese and a salad that your family ought to, and so I don't know if he listened or what, but that's kind of ironic that she got you mac and cheese. So
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was laughing when you said, "Well, that's un-American," and I thought of you guys as soon as you said that. I was laughing. What's so funny? So I told her the story. So it was because you really don't like mac and cheese. I said no. I said if you invited me over to your house and didn't tell me what was for dinner, and you served it up to me, she goes, I would eat it. I doubt if I would eat it all. But I would make an attempt. Picture of me on there with the mac and cheese. Yeah. I said I would make an attempt to eat it. It's not the cheese so much. It's the macaroni. It's the noodle more than the cheese. I've discovered.
So macaroni salad would be a no.
It'd be no. Now today, when the cousin came over today, she brought me garlic bread and the meatballs and the word slipped. What do you have with meatballs? Come on.
Spaghetti.
That's it. I couldn't think of the word. Now
that's the same thing as noodles.
This is where I was going to say. I'll eat the shit out of that stuff. I love it. But when it's in that like mac and cheese noodles shape or whatever, I just can't do it. I must have been traumatized as a kid, I'm thinking.
I got 9-year-old twins, and one will eat whatever type of pasta one eats, the other one hates. And they want us to boil separate pastas for them, and we're not doing it. We're not playing that game.
Is that because of Yankee Doodle Dandy and the whole macaroni thing?
I think that's all kids, but it's funny you mention that because I was thinking, like, he sounds like one of my damn kids, like back in the past. like, there's a bunch of us. None of us are going to be happy every night. We get by. I got to eat something I don't like once in a while, too. You'll live with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, growing up, like if my mom would cook mac and cheese for everybody else, I just wouldn't eat it. And basically, I just ate. There's bread and butter on the table or whatever. Whatever was on the table besides the mac and cheese, I would eat. And that would be my dinner for that night. I was the one who lost out. They didn't. I didn't get a special meal cooked for me because I didn't like it. That's the problem with today. You fix your kids. You got 3 kids and you're cooking 3 different meals. Screw that. So. Oh, I was watching.
At least with fast food, you can get different places, apparently.
Yeah. I was watching. I told you I was catching up on my YouTube videos. I was watching one of Squib's where he was complaining about something, and at the end, you can't do the handshake thing. It's the elbow thing. Fuck you, right? And that played, and my cousin looked at me. She goes, "That's your voice." I said, "Yeah." I said, "No." She said, "Play it again." So I backed up the video and played it again, that part, and she was laughing her head off. I said, "Yeah, I said that in the show one day, and the guy recorded it, and now he puts it on the end of all his COVID-19 videos."
Does your family know you hate school bus kids?
Yeah, but not as much as I went on about it the other day. I don't hate school bus kids. I hate the system that doesn't teach the kids how to cross the road correctly. Is what I hate. I think that's why this country is in the state it is in, because we've pampered. I'm just as guilty. We've pampered our kids way too much. You know? And I think as life,
There we go.
I think as life got better, right? Because you always try to give your children a better life than you had, or a better life than you perceived you had. You know, and I think that's where we went wrong. As things got easier, you know, things become more available to make life easier. We went along with it, and we've turned out what we got. We got nobody to blame but ourselves.
That's right, man. Everybody wants to complain about kids these days. Well, guess what? They're our kids.
That's right.
It's all our fault.
It is. It is.
You know, I blame those bicycle helmets that the kids all started wearing. It's like it threw natural selection out of balance, man. So they come out with all these safety stuff for everybody, and now in life later we end up with a world full of too many stupid people.
Parents and peer pressure. They're scared to stand out. They're scared to, do something different or have their kid complain at school and blah, 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 blah. So, it'd be nice if parents had some balls and did their job. But that seems to be the issue that, it's affected over. And now, Rick just wants to thin the herd, and he figures, well, let's just get the stupid ones that don't listen on the way to work. Boom, 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 So, but I get what he's saying, but not like that. So, but yeah, I think it's definitely, parenting. I mean, how many times you see people eat out as a family and kids are chewing with their mouth open or jumping around on tables, and the parents are just sitting there like everything's cool and they don't say a thing. And then you'll see grandparents sitting right next to them and they don't say a thing. And you might see one and they give you that look like, oh gosh, well, get off your ass and say something. Don't be afraid to be that person. And everybody's gotten afraid to be that person. Everybody wants to be the nice guy. But you're not doing people favors like that. All you're doing is feeding the system for more morons, welfare, and debt slaves. So,
yeah. And problem is, people are scared now. What you're saying is the kids are there, they're messing around, the parents aren't doing anything, the grandparents aren't doing anything. Because if they do something, somebody out at another table, I think, will complain that you're abusing the child.
Yes, they can, but then worse come to worse, you get investigated. And in the end, what people assume and what the laws are usually a little different. And so as long as you are on the up and up, it's not an issue. I mean, I don't have any shame in saying I've been investigated more times than I can remember. But that's because if my kids screw up, they get grounded. And if they go tell the school about it and they want to complain, oh, well, you have accountability. Like if they don't turn something in, I want to know. It's that simple. Like, and I'm going to be upset if you don't tell me they don't turn it in. So we all have jobs to do, things to do here. But other people are not that way. They could care less. They don't, well, he's passing. So, up with his peers. Half the peers are morons. So it doesn't really count.
Also, when I was growing up, I misbehaved. I got a belt across the ass, and brought tears to my eyes. What are you crying for? I'll give you something to cry for, and hit me again.
The best one was my ex father-in-law. He said that the kids messed up. He'd do whatever. And the kids complain. That they're getting beat or whatever. He always would tell them, hey, I'll be out in a week. Where are you going to be in a week? You're not coming home. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah. So
don't let it get that far.
Yeah, but so overall, the hour, after my messing up, it's just gone 8:00. So I appreciate you guys sticking by. I don't know if one of these out there just listening to me. I can't tell because the chat ain't working. I do apologize for that.
I can tell you Rich White just sent me a text, and he said that he's glad to see you back, and he's been thinking about you, and he's glad you're feeling good.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm feeling good. As you were saying earlier, the incision hurts, where they cut me. But the actual hip joint and stuff where that is feeling great. Because when they pulled out the joint, they pulled out the arthritis with it. So I'm feeling quite good. And of course, my muscles are sore because the way they went in, they they stretched the muscles apart to get to the hip. So the muscles are sore, going back into place. I touch what's that muscle? The one right on top here. Is it your
quad?
Yeah. Now that hurts. It's tender. Anytime I move it, it's like I got a pulled muscle there. But that's because it was either pulled out the way and pinned back or something while they got to my hip. But the pain's getting less and less every day. So I'm on demand.
I assume it might have been a little worse than it could have been, just due to the fact that you mentioned it did come, shatter or come apart when they had to remove it. So
yeah,
any bit more that they have to, mess around or play with stuff, that's what you really feel, in the days to come. So might be why it's a little worse than last time, or at least it seems to be a little worse than last time from what you told us.
You're on mute.
Talk to me, Rick.
Oh, did I mute myself?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was the last thing you heard?
Rob.
Yeah. Well, I said it's getting better. It's I forgot what I was talking about. Now it was really good too. It was inspirational, and I forgot what it was. Oh well.
I'll never forget your words.
So it's
find out.
No, so I plan. Well, the last cousin who came over, he goes, "You want any squirrels?" I said, "Well, how many you got?" He said, "Well, I shot 7 tonight or this afternoon." He goes. I said, "Well, if you don't want them, I'll have them." He said, "Yeah, okay." I said, "Clean them and cut them for me." He said, "You want them bagged up in separate bags too? We can have a meal out of each one." I said, "While you're at it, you might as well."
So with the new hip, are you going to be able to go squirrel hunting yourself soon?
That's what I was telling him. I think I as you were saying, I think the back pain will ease off when it finally realizes I have a solid platform to stand on, and I'm not favoring one side against the other. So I think when the new season starts next season here starts August 15th is the starting date of squirrel season. So I think by then I'll be able to go. I might not be able to walk fast, but I'll be able to walk without, being able to go up and down those. I'm not going to be able to, because I'm a big boy. I'm not going to be able to climb up and down mountains, but walking down the country roads or through, down some trail in the woods, I'll be able to do it now. So I'm looking forward to it with my lever action 22. With a scope that I have, that I traded my.
Get yourself an ATV.
When I trade, well, actually, I might talk
ATV
to my cousin
with a winch, because if you're by yourself, you don't want to get stuck without a winch.
Also,
if you're young and fit, don't mind hauling, one end of something around that's 300 pounds. That's one thing. But
who's me hauling anything? The only thing that's going to be over 300 pounds is my fat ass.
No, I'm talking about if a quad gets stuck. So, for you, if you're going out by yourself, get a winch on it too. You know what I mean? Even if it's, cheapo, as long as it works. That way, if anything happens, all you got to do is hook a cable, hit a button. It's simple. You're not throwing your back out or getting twisted out there. Yeah. Young broke folks, they like playing in the mud.
See, I can use one of those too, because I have a disability permit, so I can shoot from inside one of those vehicles too.
Get a nice thick brush guard on it and some spotlights. That way you can run into Bigfoot.
Yeah. Hey, but did you just notice that, about getting the 4-wheeler or whatever you called it, right? Do all that. It looks great, but make sure you get a on the front of it in case you get stuck. You know,
Hey,
and never
that's
say
the
anything.
way it goes. I'm
You
sorry,
can't say
that's just
anything
how
without
it
being
goes.
negative, can you?
I've been stuck.
You know, you can't say anything without being negative.
You know, you should get a trailer with at least like 30 days supply of everything you need, you know, and some medical equipment
Well, a nice
and
backpack.
guns and ammo. And because you never know when the shit hits the fan, you might be out stuck out in the wilderness. So
Yeah.
we take 30, 90 days worth of stuff with you.
Every time.
Hire about a 10-man crew to go in 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. You got 6 guys right here that'll sign up right away.
Yeah. And all I was talking about was going squirrel hunting.
And a satellite phone. You gotta have a satellite phone. And
Yeah, just in case all these things you have don't work. You gotta have a satellite phone. You know.
Well, once again, I'm going to jump on the Rob bandwagon and say you're going to get stuck on that 4-wheeler or your golf cart or whatever, and you're going to wish that you had a winch.
Yeah, you'll be walking back home.
Hey, I didn't say I wasn't going to get one.
Hey, are we walking to Deb's now?
Not yet. I'm not good enough for Debs yet.
Yeah, don't push it. Don't be lazy, but don't push it.
Didn't you ever see that video I did of the drive to Deb's?
No.
Yeah, it's up and down hills. Damn.
Well, I don't know. I was just kidding. I figured it was probably a couple miles away. You don't get.
It is. It's actually about 3.5 miles from here.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that.
You know. So
civilized people own cars.
Oh, one of the guys who I go down there and hang out with the other day. He called me up. Said, "How you doing?" I said, "All right." He said, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm sitting here watching TV. To be honest with you." He goes, "Want a burger?" I said, "Yeah, you can bring me a burger." He said, "French fries?" I said, "You all right?" I said, "Make sure it's lettuce, tomato, and onion on it." He goes, "Okay." He said, "We'll get one for you." So he brought it up and came in and said, "How you doing?" I said, not bad at all." He goes, "Well, here you go." I said, "Well, how much do I owe you?" He said, "Nothing." He said, the guys we got together and bought it for you."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Then he goes,
"Do you still have all your valuables, Rick?"
"Yeah, why?"
I'm just asking. I was just checking because you've had a lot of family and friends by, so I'm just checking.
I know.
So before I said my next statement, I just want to make sure they didn't scam you. But sounds like you got decent family and friends out there, so that's a good thing. So
then he goes, "Your birthday's coming up, ain't it?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You lost your knife, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well," he said, "Here's one for you." He gave me a new knife. So I got two now. Got one from you, Rob, and I got this one. It's another cheapo. It's called Tact Force or something. Big old ass blade on it. You know?
Yeah, things are looking up. You got some chick checking you out naked. You're getting free knives.
I'm thinking of calling the hospital and giving her my phone number and say, "I'll meet you halfway." Because it's a good 2.5 hour drive from here to the hospital. You know? So she was.
Go order some flowers and have it delivered if you remember her name. And if she's interested, maybe she'll call.
Hey, yeah, I could do that because Valentine's Day is coming, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, just send an anonymous bunch of flowers with my phone number on there.
Either way, thank you.
Yeah, you tell her thanks for taking care of you.
Put your address, and maybe she'll drive all the way over.
Yeah, and she's, just
leave the phone number. Don't get pushy.
She was the head nurse on that floor, too.
Send her a picture of the good stuff, and then somebody will definitely show up to your house.
Yeah.
I was going to say, somebody take a picture of you in a Speedo, Rick, and send that to her like a postcard, and then just put your number on the back.
Well, I could do a picture of me sitting on the bed, totally naked.
No pictures. No pictures.
Listen, totally naked like I was at the hospital, and send her a picture and say, "Remember me?" She kept looking at my package, which I found kind of strange because I'm not King Kong.
Flowers are good, Rick, with a little note that could be misinterpreted as a maybe, could be more or whatever, but you don't want to go all strong and pushy. So,
That's
photos,
right.
anything like that, that's no good, man.
Even
Just,
take
just
precautions
in case
love.
it wasn't how you thought it was, you don't want it to be, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. See that, Jason? Even take precautions in love.
Good luck with
Hey,
that.
if you don't nowadays, you're a damn fool.
I'm only messing with you, Rob. I appreciate the advice. Well, it's 8:15, and I'm about. Be honest with you, I got to get up and go pee, and that is a experience in itself. Because I got to walk in there with the walker, and unfortunately, my walker is what? Oh, why? My walker is at least as wide as I am, if not a little more. But when you walk into my bathroom, it's nice and wide. Then part of the wall jolts out where the bathtub shower is, and you walk. Then you walk the rest of the way down to the toilet. So it narrows down. Put it this way: that walker does not fit down that little hallway to the toilet. I have to turn it sideways, and I sort of walk backwards, holding on to this thing till I get to where I need to go. Then turn myself around, pull my thing out, do my thing, pull my pants back up. But I got to make sure I got it when I pull my pants back up. If I don't, because I'm wearing baggy shorts now, so when I go to do my thing, they normally fold down to my ankles. So I have to use my little grabber here to pick my shorts up off the ground because I can't bend over to get them yet because they don't want me to bend over that far with my hip.
Toss that walker out in the front yard and do cartwheels to the bathroom tonight, Rick.
Okay, we'll do.
Just a note to everybody: if you see Rick going into a public restroom, don't follow him in.
No, because you'd be pulling up my pants. So.
Well, didn't they send that jug home with you from the hospital?
Yes.
Well, there you go. You sit right there and fill her up. That way you can do 4-hour show.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But you also remember, I missed it too at the hospital. Pissed all over the bed and myself and everything else. So,
the cats will clean that up. Don't worry.
That was because you were distracted. See.
Yes.
Just out the back door.
So. Oh, there was we had snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had about about 3 inches of snow here. And where I was going with this is when I woke up Saturday morning and I had to, open the blinds to my back door, and looked out, there was a snowman right outside right off the edge of my carport. Big old one, the kids next door made. Whether they made it for me or not, I don't know, but it seemed kind of strange. It's right there where I can see it from my door, So
Starting to sound like one of these TV towns. My goodness.
Oh yeah. So.
Well, we got a foot of snow here. You can have some if you want it.
No thanks. Most of my snow's gone now. But the next 2 days we're meant to stay in single digits all day, So I'm good. Like my aunt who came today. I mean, she's 80, 81, 82. She's the one that had cancer last year, had the operation. She comes in here and she says, I don't want to be rude, but she says, I ain't taking my jacket off. She said, it's too damn cold in here. I got my temperature at 66 in here. And I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt, because I run it at 66 in the wintertime, and in the summertime I run it at 69 on my AC. So,
hey, the chat's working again.
Is it? Is the chat working?
It is for me. Got
it is
John
working.
Brown out there, Rich White, Kevin in New York, Kingpin?
Oh yeah, it's working now. Now that I'm calling it quits. Yeah, well, hell, I can see you all now. It wasn't working earlier, guys, so I appreciate you showing up and sitting here listening to me without the chat. I really do appreciate it, but I'm glad you're here. You know, and you've heard my my story of the hospital saga and the good looking. She wasn't bad looking either. Now she's no model, but you know, I would say she was in her 40s. So,
I think
you know,
you should do the flower thing. Worst come to worst, it's a thank you.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You got a good point there. You got a good point there. You know. So anyway, I'm gonna let you all go. Since the chat's back, you guys got any shout outs, Patriot?
I actually got one disability thing. I actually mentioned something to Sandhills last night, and through his vast connections now that he's on the board there in Nebraska, I found a possible trainer class thing for a blind young lady that's looking to get into firearms. So I
that's
was
good.
contacted and just trying to find stuff myself because I've got kind of a loose network around, but nothing in Nebraska. So I brought it up to him, and he asked around, and we found a place. So that's looking up because they're
Now, dumb question. On the board of what?
He's on the Nebraska Firearm Owner Association.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, he's one of them high ups now.
Oh, okay.
Good guy. Yeah, so it was just something I just brought up.
Oh, so
just in the chat.
We got a Wayne LaPierre in the making.
No, actually, he does jobs. He works, so he's a good guy.
But I mean, the association are not going to be buying in $20,000 suits, are they?
No, probably not.
You know.
No, but it was really cool because it was trying to help out as much as I can, but obviously I'm not from the area, and so calling around and just so hopefully that'll work out, and then that'll be something that that I can put on that data sheet for that area now. So if anyone's looking for somebody in the Omaha, Nebraska area, let me know.
All right. But, talking about it, I told you my aunt was here, who was 81, 82 years old. We were talking about something, and she mentioned something about politics, and she goes, it was funny coming out from her. She's a little old lady now, right? She goes, goddamn Joe Biden, that son of a bitch. The way she came out with it, I thought it was so funny. I said, there's half the country's with you. He ain't uniting. It's only united if we believe in what he believes. But let's not go there. We'll be here for another hour. So, Jason, you got any shout outs or plugs?
No. Glad to see you're back on your feet again. Thanks for inviting. It was good to see everybody. And we've made it halfway through the week. Let's just keep going.
All right. I appreciate you guys being here. Kingpin, anything?
You're the best. Glad to have you back. Glad to see you're in such good spirits. And thank you, everybody, for sticking with the show, even though the chat wasn't working.
I appreciate that, too. Who just dropped out?
Rob put in the side chat. He's on a telephone call.
Oh, okay. I was just about ready to call on him. All right. So, Guns and Barbecue, you got anything?
Actually, it's kind of ironic that Patriot mentions finding a instructor for a visually impaired person, because yesterday in my comments on one of my videos, I was informed that people like me should not be allowed to own firearms and am apparently a danger to society or something like that, and that people like me are the reason our government are going after our gun rights. So I tried to get the guy to agree to go onto a live chat with me and debate the subject because he was apparently so well versed, but he had no interest in doing so. So, like I said, it's very ironic that Patriot has found a trainer that would, be willing to do so. Train a visually impaired person. So awesome on that for one, Patriot. And if that guy just happens to be watching, which I hope he is, because I've seen him in other chats on different gun channels. So hopefully this gets back around to him. But other than that, I just got a bunch of stuff going up every single day. I'm trying to get something out. So there's always something going on over on the Guns and Barbecue channel.
Okay. You're right, though. Normally, when you want to debate one of those people, they don't want to debate because they know they have no argument.
According to this guy, his claim was, why would he debate somebody who's a know-it-all? And I said, well, that's ironic that you're calling me a know-it-all, being as you're the one who seems to be so well versed on this. I was like, and if that's the case, I was like, you should have no problem debating me because you got all the answers. I'm clearly wrong.
Yeah. Hey, I watched your video.
Which one? I said there's been a lot. You like that? Oh my gosh.
You need to get a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that serious, but it's still a bunch of crap.
Yeah. So what you got to do? So you got to go buy the parts elsewhere now to finish them off?
I've just got to go down to my local gun shop. I'm sure Mike will take care of it. But the whole point is, they left the parts out. They should just take care of it and own up to it. And instead, now they're trying to say, well, we can't be responsible for the handling of a third party. So
yeah, I listened to the whole thing and the phone call you had with them.
Yeah, and like this, I mean, it's just passing the buck, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right.
Frustrating still.
Yeah. Will and Will Armed, you got any shout-outs or plugs?
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to meet up with Nighthawk Medic shoots this Friday, and we're going to shoot a video or go shooting.
Okay.
So pretty excited about that. My first time getting with another YouTuber in person, so that ought to be good. So I've been trying to do 3 videos a weekend, one on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So see if I can keep that up for a while.
All right. That sounds good. Hopefully see that that video out there on your channel soon with Nighthawk Medic, All
right. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Kingpin had to drop out, so no problem. He's already done his part. Rob's had to leave. So that's it. We got everybody. So I want to say thank you to everybody who hung out in the chat, and the chat's working again now. But as I said, we're ending it. So I appreciate all of you guys hanging in there. I really do. And I'll be back on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, the only time zone that matters, with my usual show. And I got to come up with a question for the quiz too, ain't I? So there we go, because we're doing it every 2 weeks now. And me not being here screwed it all up. So let's get it back on track. So I will, we'll be, that's right. I was reading the chat there. I was distracted by the head nurse. Yes, I was. Yeah, she wasn't bad either, for no guy like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like you young whippersnappers, who get all the, pinups out there. All right. I am out of here. So I want to say good night. I will see you all on Saturday. And be careful, everybody. So have a good one. Let me hit my
Thanks, Rick.
We'll circle back on that.
Circle back.
We're coming to an end. Bye, Sabrina.
Definitely.